In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to set up and use the Unreal Engine 5 plugin called Asset Renamer Pro, which is a plugin that allows you to rename multiple assets with one click to save time and work faster. So at this time, you can see it is in draft, but the time you're watching this video, it should be available in the marketplace. And also make sure to take a look at my profile. Right now, I don't have any listings because this is my first product, but at the time you're watching this video, I might have multiple assets you can benefit from. So go ahead and check out Pixel Helmet on fab.com. Now, once you have gotten this plugin, go ahead to the Epic Games Launcher, open it up, and go to the library. And down here, you should be able to see it or search for it and install it to the engine. Now, once you have installed it, I have a project here. Go to Edit, not Project Settings, but Plugins. And here you should see it under Installed, or you can see Asset Renamer Pro. You can also see it on Pixel Helmet down here, or you can search for it up here. So go ahead and enable this plugin and restart your project. Once the project have restarted, you can see that the plugin automatically opens up. So it should open up automatically in your project. But just in case it does not open up automatically, you can go ahead and you can see this plugins folder here. If you can't see the plugins folder, go ahead and click on Settings and Show Plugin Content. And you should see it here. Go into the plugins folder, right-click this one, and run utility, editor utility widget. Just in case it doesn't open up, but it should open up in all cases for you automatically. Also, if you close it by mistake, you can click on Tool up here and Editor Utility Widgets, and you can see it here, Asset Renamer Pro, and you can click on it. Now it should look like this for you, so you can click and drag this window, and you can dock it in anywhere you want. I usually just have it over here to the right. Now, in order to use this plugin, we have a Content Browser section, and we have a World Outliner section. Now, for the Content Browser, let's start down here. So if I just take just a random example, if I go to my weapons folder, and you can see I have some weapons here. So let's say, for example, I want to change this one here, and this one here, and this one here. Let's say I don't want it to be called minigun. So I can find the text here called minigun. So writing minigun, and here to the right, I can now write whatever I want to switch it with. For example, let's just say I wanted to call it machine gun for some reason. And I can click on Find and Replace. And now you can see it replaces all names here all at once. So super easy. If you want to turn it back, you can always just switch it around and do it like this. All right, so now it is renamed. You can also add a prefix or add a suffix. So for example, SKM. If I wanted for some reason to have an S before the SKM, I can add a prefix to those. And you can see now they have an S. Adding a suffix, same thing, but just a suffix. I can click on one of them and do to uppercase. Click on one of them, do to lowercase. So you can even just select a whole bunch, and you can add a prefix, a suffix. For example, I wanted to add gun at the end of the files. I can add a suffix, and it will add it to all of these files all at once. You can also do remove from start, so you can remove letters from the start. Let's say, for example, this FAMAS, we can remove the SKM from the beginning. So these are 3 letters. So we can write 3 here, remove from start, and you can see it removed the 3 letters from the start. And everything else is self-explanatory. Remove from end, same thing, but from the end. And so here you can select assets depending on the type. So let's say, for example, I wanted to select static meshes. I can go ahead and click on Select. And you can see nothing is selected here because I don't have static meshes. But if I go to the environment, for example, let's go to the warehouse, and I click on Select here. Now you can see it automatically selected all of the assets or the static meshes that I have in this folder. I can also select other things like materials, level, input action, texture 2D, widgets, and so on. And I can also just find and select depending on the name. So let's say I want to select everything that has, let's say, house in it here. So if I write house, and I'm just going to click away to demonstrate over here. And now I'm going to click find and select. and it's going to select all of the objects that has house in it. And also I can click on select similar. So if I select, let's go back to the weapons folder. If I select this physics asset and I click on select similar, you can see it selects all of the physics assets all at once. All right, so that was it for the content browser. Let's go over to the world outliner now. Everything else is self-explanatory as we have seen, but the new thing inside of the world outliner is you can call assets the same name, which is not possible in the content browser. So for example, let's say this bike here, I can replace it with a name. For example, let's actually take those because I have multiple assets. So instead of this, I just wanted everything to be called SM grass. And I can click on replace, and you can see all of them is now called SM grass. All of these are the same as I have explained already. And you can also find and select depending on the name. So if I just search for grass and click on find and select, it's going to select all of the assets that have grass in it. And I can also click on select similar. So if I go ahead and select this skeletal mesh, I click on select similar, it's going to select all of the skeletal meshes just in case you wanted to put them in a folder or whatever you wish to do with that. All right, that was it for this plugin. I hope it will be useful for you. Just in case you need more functionality inside of this plugin, make sure to contact me and I'm willing to update the plugin frequently. You can take a look at my Discord server, which you can find a link to in the description below. You will also find the link to my marketplace in the description below and all of the links you need, the plugin as well. So have a nice day.